Not only is the saying on the water tower, but it's also on a Snapchat filter to help promote that small town pride. This picnic table being set on fire isn't the first vandalism incident here at the disc golf course, but the Aberdeen Area Disc Golf Association is hoping their new idea is a hole-in-one. Courtney, I'm live here in Ortonville where I've been hanging out for most of the afternoon to see if anyone would want to chat about their opinion on Al Franken's resignation. Now, everyone that I spoke to today basically said that they just have mixed feelings about it. Flatland Flyways is a waterfowl guide service near Hecla, and the owner is hoping to change some legislation for those out-of-state hunters. Courtney, on December 6th, Molded Fiberglass announced the plant's shutdown due to changes in market conditions. Today, we learned a substantial new order will keep the plant open a bit longer. It's an exciting announcement for MFG staff.
KSF1 News reporter Kayleigh Schmidt joining us live in downtown Aberdeen to tell us how that's going. Pretty exciting news, Kayleigh.
Courtney, it's very exciting news, and it's been a very busy 24 hours for Amanda Brinkman and her crew from the Small Business Revolution. Today, I tagged along with the crew to see if Aberdeen has what it takes to move on.
I think it just brings awareness to Aberdeen. We tend to be kind of isolated up in our corner of the state.
6 small businesses will have a slice of $500,000 if Aberdeen wins the Small Business Revolution competition.
I would use the funds to go back and promote our community more, provide more outreach with our opportunities with Sanford. We did a lot of outreach for moms that are nursing, postpartum depression.
Learning new ways to market their business is a big opportunity for business owners.
So many different marketing tactics nowadays with the e-commerce and online sales, even just things from like your bags to gift cards, your logo.
So far, executive producer Amanda Brinkman is enjoying her time in the hub city.
We're really so taken with the aesthetics of the downtown space. It's a really beautiful downtown during the day and at night.
There's one unique aspect she's noticed while walking around.
This town understands how important the small businesses are to the vitality of Aberdeen, and that's a really important part of the Small Business Revolution program, and we love to see that that's already alive and well here.
A push into the top 5 is easy.
The residents of Aberdeen can continue to make sure that we understand what makes this town unique by sharing photos with us, stories with us, by using the hashtag MyAberdeen and the hashtag Small Business Revolution.
Everybody would love to see our downtown thrive and grow and bring different opportunities.
The top 5 won't be announced until next month, and then after that the public will have 1 week to vote on the big grand prize winner. So don't forget to submit your stories, your pictures using the hashtag MyAberdeen and hashtag Small Business Revolution to help the hub city move on. The Watertown Police Department was called to this blue house right behind me early this morning by Donald Herron, saying his roommate Seth Murray had been shot. Right now, neighbors just aren't sure what to feel.
You know, there's so many emotions running through my head right now between wanting to cry, wanting to throw up, I don't even know what I want. I feel horrible for Seth's family. I feel horrible for our family. You know, I don't know.
Mary Erickson is the landlord of the home where the shooting happened, but has a family connection to Herron.
His dad was my aunt and uncle's guardian when he was a kid. They've since moved to Oklahoma, and he's been back here probably 10 or 12 years.
Herron and Murray were roommates for the past 3 years.
They're both good guys, but they both drank, and they both like guns.
The bitter cold made work especially difficult for officials from the police department and the Division of Criminal Investigation Friday.
Also going in and out of the house, and there is no heat inside this residence, which is kind of unique. So they're working in some bitter cold temperatures to process this scene. So it's taken them a little while to get it done.
As for a motive, investigators say this could have been an accident.
Perhaps they were messing around with a handgun and it went off and hit our victim.
Erickson says it's sad for everyone.
Unfortunate deal, you know. I don't know.
Herron is currently being held at the Coddington County Detention Center on a $100,000 bond. His court date has not been set. It all starts with a little science.
Each wipe weighs about 5.8 grams. So I took 5.8 grams of toilet paper, which is actually 18 squares of toilet paper.
For this experiment to be unbiased, I placed the wipe and toilet paper in the water.
So go ahead and put it in. Yeah, just stick it in. And then we're going to set a timer.
Between the wipe,
as you can see, there's not a lot happening,
and the toilet paper,
which that's flushable.
It's easy to see that something needs to be done.
Toilets are not trash cans, and that's the result of these wipes. That it's fine to use them. I have nothing against these companies except that they're marketing them that they can be flushed.
This issue is popping up more often in the area.
We run across them like about 3 times a day. We'll have to go to a site where they're causing issues.
These things aren't meant to go down the toilet.
They don't decompose, they don't break up like toilet paper breaks up.
Wipes aren't the only objects to be aware of.
Feminine products are bad as well. Anything that doesn't break down, paper towels, not good.
The Bad River was a key landmark in the early 1800s.
This is one of the areas that was originally part of the original fur trade, using the rivers up and down. The French were in this area very early, trading with the Indians for the fur trade.
It may not be a real rendezvous, but it's perfect timing for Fort Pierre's bicentennial.
We are the first community in the state, or actually in Dakota Territory, to celebrate its 200th year, and so this is a big deal for us.
This area is really one of the early trading areas. There is evidence that the French were trading in this area in the late 1600s.
Getting the muzzle loaders of the Black Hills out to Fort Pierre was a long time coming.
Kind of know these folks. We've been to a couple of their rendezvous just as visitors, and they're just so very interesting. And date back to the history of 200 years ago here on the Missouri River and the mouth of the Bad River.
And many visitors get to see how Fort Pierre settlers lived.
4 or 5 different types of shelters here, tents or whatever, that they used many years ago, and the way they cook and the fires and everything is pretty interesting.
Agrosoma brought in its new crop to South Dakota just this summer.
First question was, what is Carinata? I'd never even heard of it before.
The company says it's the perfect crop to plant in dryland areas with poor soil.
This could be really interesting. You know, right now corn, beans, wheat, it's not a very good deal, and if there's another alternative crop that we can use in our rotations that can make us some money, it's a good deal.
The support for Carinata in South Dakota is growing.
The planting, the agronomy, the pesticide, herbicide, all of that stuff. And on the market side, we also have a lot of meal work being done. So a lot of them do feed trials with the Carinata meal and all that stuff. So we found a lot of support there.
But there's always going to be skeptics. So first-time planter Lee Qualm says not to be negative about it right away.
If we can come up with something else, I think it's a good deal. Just take a look at it, research it, and see what you find.
Overall, Carinata is strictly used for biofuel, a booming industry that's had a great start in the state.
With as dry as it was, what little rain we had, and what we've got here, I'm pretty impressed.
Now the field that you see behind me is full of Carinata, and the oilseed crop will be making its way into central and western South Dakota as well as up north.